Hi, it's Finn. No contact is a life reset. I would like to talk to you about why no contact is the most effective method for any and all dealings with narcissists. No contact is a method where you are physically removed from the presence and interaction of the narcissist. I will be discussing beginning no contact. That means disengaging completely with the narcissist and your network of the past. I will be talking about beginning complete recovery. I want you to imagine an interaction with a child that misbehaves. For example, say that the child is making a mess on the floor by throwing all of its toys all over the floor. You set a boundary and tell the child that if it wants to continue playing with its toys, that the child cannot throw them on the floor but must put them back in the box where they came from. The boundary is set and you wait. The child continues to ignore your boundary and continues to throw all the toys on the floor. To the child, it's a form of play, but to the adult, it's a form of labor, having to pick up all the toys off the floor. One method to correct the behavior is to remove each and every toy from the child and reinforce your statement boundary, stating that if you want to play with your toys, you can't throw them all on the floor. Now, in your imagination, consider how you might apply this example as a method of no contact with the narcissist. This scenario of correcting behavior may or may not correct the behaviors of the narcissist. However, the effect of removing yourself as the toy that's being discarded or neglected every day is an effective method for your safety, individuality, and personal development. Now imagine a second scenario. This scenario involves an animal. Imagine the child that is too young to understand consequences for an animal. For example, a cat or a dog. They continue to aggravate the animal by pulling on its tail to the point of injuring the animal. Before the animal suffers any further, you remove the animal from the child's play area and you tell the child that the consequence of having the animal removed is because when you were told to stop pulling the tail, you didn't stop. For the animal's safety, you put the animal outside. However, in this scenario, we're talking about an animal that understands physical attention, eye contact, touch, emotions of love and anger and neglect. By putting the animal outside, after a few short minutes, both the animal and the child feel the absence of each other, and they feel a feeling of loss. Even though the animal was becoming frustrated and angry by its tail being yanked, the animal still misses the attention and companionship of the child. So, the animal will come back to the door and make gestures of showing that it wants to come back inside. Now you know, as an adult, with the intelligence to understand behavior of consequences, that the child may or may not continue the bad behavior with the animal. Let's look at the narcissist. Now that you understand removing an object from the narcissist's reach of control, and understand the removal of an animal from the narcissist's reach of abuse, you can then apply this knowledge to introducing behavioral changes for yourself in the relationship to the narcissist. If you don't want the narcissist to control you, remove yourself from his or her reach. If you don't want the narcissist to abuse you, remove yourself from the presence of the abuser, the narcissist. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you're being controlled and you're being manipulated to the point of abuse, you are in the folds of overwhelming trauma. And because of the weight of this trauma upon your emotions, your intellect, your reasoning, making life changes for the decision to go no contact feels almost impossible. But that's a lie. That is a complete lie. Leaving the narcissist and going no contact is possible. However, trying to make changes for your life and your safety feels impossible when you're in pain. For example, if you're lying in bed with the flu and you can't feed yourself and you only have the energy to go to the bathroom and walk back to bed for further rest, you are in no condition to learn from a textbook. The same degree of obstacle, of inability, and no energy is equal to the trauma of narcissistic abuse. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. First thing to do, turn off your emotions. I know, at the beginning, it will be very difficult. But it's a beginning for you to tear down the wall, the obstacle of inability, and no energy to the ground. This will allow you to, at the very least, absorb and relate and formulate the information you need to plan your escape. You must deal with your trauma inside before you can set yourself free. Think of it like a bird in a cage. You open the door wide to the cage so the bird can fly out. And the bird stays inside the cage. The bird does not understand that it can take an opportunity for escape by its own initiative. Sometimes narcissistic abuse victims are that bird in a cage. I was that bird. Second thing to do, clear your head. Begin by taking walks alone. Walking after 20 minutes naturally produces endorphins, the happy hormone, and it detoxifies your cells. This will make you feel good about yourself, and self-love is the number one thing you need to repair, because it's your lack of self-love that got you connected to the narcissist in the first place. So go out there. Take a walk for at least 30 minutes every day. Better to be twice a day. It's a beginning, and the more you do it, the more you will feel good about yourself. And your self-esteem will not only return, it will increase. I suggest that you say affirmations to yourself to confirm who you really are, the person that you may feel you have lost temporarily. Affirmations of I am. Say to yourself affirmations of I am calm, I am strong, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am compassionate, I am loving, I am strong, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am compassionate, I am strong. Repeat these few affirmations to yourself, and your mind will do the work on its own. When you say these affirmations, your mind is like a computer that listens to these affirmations and searches within your whole mental bank of memories to pull out real memories, to make those statements help you know and believe that they are true statements. These affirmations are where you mentally find your own individual truth. Third thing to do, get an education about narcissism. Begin by listening to videos of narcissist teachers who have built their reputation and knowledge base from personal experience of narcissistic abuse themselves. These teachers make the best coaches for complete recovery because they genuinely care about what other fellow humans have experienced and the change of life consequence from that experience. Here's my list. Meredith Miller, her book is called The Journey, and her program is called SANA, S-A-N-A. Melanie Tanya Evans, her book is called You Can Thrive After Narcissistic Abuse. Her programs are called Quanta, Freedom, Healing, and the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program, NARP. Jackson McKenzie, his book is called Psychopath Free, and Whole Again. Ross Rosenberg, his book is called The Human Magnet Syndrome. Angie Atkinson, her YouTube channel is called Angie Atkinson. Quinn Holiday, his YouTube channel is called ASSC Direct. Basically, you need to know what you did to attract the narcissist to you. So the point for the narcissist in your life is twofold. The reason is for you to take the lesson and heal from your vulnerabilities. These 6 teachers will help you tremendously. They'll give you the knowledge to know how to identify the behaviors of the narcissist, the actions you can take to handle these manipulative and destructive behaviors by the narcissist, methods to take your life back and make you stronger mentally and physically. These are the only methods known to us at this time that are non-pharmaceutical, that are methods of holistic therapy. Many people have survived narcissistic abuse relationships that were generational family relationships, business and or marriage relationships. It is 100% possible to survive the abuse and overcome the trauma and begin a new life. No contact is a life reset. The best advice I ever heard, and that is absolutely seared in my brain, was given to me by a YouTube teacher who is a narcissist himself, H.G. Tudor. And he said, once you know, you go. The narcissist in my life were my mother, my sister, my husband, and my only child. All of my life, I was unaware that I was being abused, but I felt the symptoms and was acutely aware of my abuse symptoms. Today, I am 177 days no contact from my last narcissist. I still meet new narcissists to this day in my daily life, but now I can identify them immediately. I now have the strength to leave them on the spot. I maintain my own dignity and respect with all my departures from narcissists. I always reflect upon my own vulnerabilities with all my interactions with narcissists. I focus on these behavioral mistakes and make myself conscious to not repeat them. When we truly learn the subject, the truth of a lesson learned is shown, proven, by the strength to not repeat mistakes. So now, if you are in a narcissistic relationship, know that it is 100% possible for you to become free. Are you willing to invest in educating yourself? Are you worth the investment? Are you willing to invest in changing your behavioral mistakes and shut off your emotions? Are you worth the investment? Are you willing to invest and learn from other people's narcissistic abuse lessons? Are you worth the investment? Are you willing to invest in your own self-worth? Are you worth that investment? I think you are. It is a choice. It is your choice. It is your choice to initiate your freedom. Open your own door. Until next time, pursue happiness.